Bore da, croeso I Gwasanaeth yr Wythnos. Good morning and welcome to this week's assembly. This half term, our value is healthy, and we're looking at all the different ways that we can keep ourselves healthy and well. Hi everybody, we are talking about being healthy this week, but a little bit differently. We're talking about being healthy in our mind, in our heads, because sometimes we feel a bit worried, anxious or upset. So think about who do you talk to, who do you turn to, and how do you deal with those moments when you feel a bit sad or a bit upset. So you may talk to a friend, you may talk to a grown-up, and if it's in school, you may turn to a teacher or another member of staff who can help you. Don't forget, we have quiet areas in school, such as our checkout rooms, where you can talk to a grown-up about anything that worries you, and that can make you feel so much better. Our story this week is Bert's Little Secret, because sometimes all it takes is sharing your worries to make everything feel better. Bert the caterpillar had been feeling kinda down for a very long time. For as far back as he could remember, he couldn't think of a moment when he wasn't worried. He didn't know what to do with his worry or how to tell others about it, so he just kept it inside, and it became his little secret. Day after day, Bert decided that today was the day that he would get up and do something about it. But instead, he just grabbed a mouthful of leaves from out of the window and snuggled back into bed, sighing to himself, maybe tomorrow. And all of Bert's friends were worried about him because they didn't like it when their friends were sad. They tried to cheer him up with the things they thought that he would like. Bob the bumblebee bought Bert a basket of fresh flowers, Bert's favourite breakfast. Bob was sure he saw a smile crack across Bert's face when he said thanks. But when Bob asked Bert if he wanted to play hopscotch, all he got in reply was a sigh, maybe tomorrow. A little while later, Layla the ladybird visited Bert too. She brought a bag brimming with 4-leaf clovers, Bert's favourite lunch. And just like Bob, she saw a smile crack across Bert's face when he said thanks. But when Layla asked Bert if he wanted to go to play tag, all she got in reply was, maybe tomorrow. That night, Philip the firefly came knocking on Bert's door. He brought Bert a delicious bunch of apple blossoms, Bert's favourite dinner. Philip was sure that he saw a smile crack across Bert's face when he said thanks. But when Philip asked Bert if he wanted to go play jump rope, all he got in reply was, maybe tomorrow. Day after day, Bert's friends brought him things he liked to eat, and Bert was thankful, but it didn't make him feel any better. Inside, Bert felt different, like something was wrong. He felt like he was different on the inside, but he couldn't explain it and didn't know how to tell his friends about his worry. And his friends didn't ask, so he just kept it inside, his little secret. Bert didn't know why, but one day he wanted to go for a walk. So he got up, out of bed, had a quick mouthful of leaves for breakfast and left his home before he ended up back in bed, under his covers, like every other day. Bert passed Bob playing hopscotch with the other bumblebees, but he got scared when Bob asked him if he wanted to play and nervously said, maybe tomorrow? As Bert went on, he passed Layla playing tag with the other ladybirds, but he got scared when Layla asked him if he wanted to play and nervously said, maybe tomorrow? A little further on, Bert passed Philip jumping rope with the other fireflies, but he got scared when Philip asked him if he wanted to play and nervously said, maybe tomorrow? Bert came to his favourite tree and climbed up to his favourite branch to sit and think. He wanted to tell his friends, but he didn't know the right way to do it. Part of Bert felt happy inside that all his friends kept asking him to play with them, even though he kept telling them tomorrow. But part of Bert still ached because he had the worry inside of him. A feeling that something was different, something that he couldn't explain. It worried him that who his friends thought he wasn't really him. What if they didn't like him for who he truly was? As Bert was thinking, Alice the ant came crawling by. "Hi Bert," she said. "Can I sit with you?" Bert replied, "Maybe tomorrow." "Bert, that doesn't make any sense." Alice laughed. Bert laughed too. "No, it doesn't make sense, does it? Yes, you can sit with me." "Alice, can I tell you something?" "Sure thing, Bert. Go ahead." Bert explained to Alice how he felt different inside, like he was something else, something that his friends didn't know he truly was. Alice just sat there listening to him. She didn't interrupt, she just let him speak. Bert got upset for a while when he told her that he was worried his friends wouldn't want to be his friend if he changed who he was. He cried and he got out all of his worries. Alice just sat there with an arm around his shoulder, listening like a good friend. When he was done, Alice smiled, hugged her friend close, and told him gently, "Bert, you're my friend no matter what. If you woke up one morning and you couldn't walk anymore, I'd help you get to where you needed to be. If your skin changed to be a rainbow of colours, you can still call me your friend." Bert sniffed a little, and he felt the weight inside of him shrink. His worries started to seem a bit silly, with his friend talking to him. He began to open his mouth to speak. "I'm not done yet, Bert. You're my friend no matter what, and it doesn't matter who or what you are on the inside. Real friends stick together even when things are difficult or scary. I'm really glad you shared your worries with me. Thank you for being my friend." Bert hugged his friend Alice. "Thank you for being my friend too." Bert set off home feeling more free than he had ever felt before. For as long as he could remember, he couldn't think of a moment when he felt this good about who he was on the inside and out. He shared his worry with a good friend, and she liked him all the same. Bert was ready to show others who he really was inside. It could no longer be his little secret. Get ready to pause the assembly. Have a look at this picture. What do you think Bert's secret is? Let's see if you're right. At home, Bert didn't climb into his bed as he usually did, but instead hung from his ceiling and spun himself a soft, warm silk cocoon. He closed his eyes and said good night, ready to show his friends who he really was the next day. That's right, a beautiful butterfly. So in our story, Bert's little secret was that he was a caterpillar turning into a butterfly, and he was really worried about how his friends may react to him changing. But Bert found out that actually, by sharing his worries and talking about it, his friends had no problem at all about him changing, and actually were really proud of him for becoming a beautiful butterfly. All of us get worried at some times or get sad and upset, and actually by talking it through with somebody and having a chat makes us feel so much better, and actually our problems aren't that bad after all. Have a lovely day everybody, and I'll see you all soon.